Right guys, we are off on the first session on the new winter campaign. It's Furzebray Fisheries, and I've got a syndicate ticket on, a winter syndicate ticket. Runs from the 10th of November to I think March. Don't know the exact date. But anyway, it's the 10th of November, so it's the first day of the season. It opens at 12 o'clock, so we're heading down there. Ben, my mate, he's got a ticket too, so he's heading down with me. So I'm hoping that when we get there, there's no one else there, and they're all dolphining out in front of a swim that I really think's going to be the one in these conditions. I've never even seen the lake before, so it's going to be interesting. I've had a look at the map and everything, and I know what the deep end is, the shallow end, blah blah blah. So I have an idea of where I want to head. So my plan is to get there, get the barrow out and whack it in that swim, because potentially it's going to get busy, and I'll say more about the lakes later, but it's a small lake. It's only got half a dozen swims on, or whatever it is, 5 or 6 swims, so you get a few guys on, you're struggling. So there's definitely one area I think is going to be the one in these conditions. Might not be, but that's what my hope is. I get there and they're all dolphining out in front of it. But yeah, so I'm going to go and meet Ben now. We're going to do a little bit of a shop. Head down to the log cabin, which is probably 10-15 minutes away from the lake itself. Get a fry up, and we can't get on the lake till 12, so aim to get there for about 11:30, 12, and take it from there. But yeah, it'd be nice to catch one. I'm looking forward to setting eyes on the lake, of course, because I haven't seen it before. And it'll be nice to hopefully catch one the first session. But yeah, so I'll update you when we get there. Or maybe when we get to the lodge, show you the fry up. Laters. We are waiting for Benjamin because he is running late. Yeah, I'm just waiting in Aldi. He's, I don't know, looking for his friend Earthworm Jim or some shit. So I'm just waiting for him. Hopefully he'll be here any minute, and then we can go in Aldi, grab some stuff, grab some food and that, and then we will be on the road. But I thought I'd just update you so I could dig him out, basically, because he always tends to forget something. So yeah, hopefully he won't be too far behind, and we can get on the road. Right guys, we are here. I'm out of breath because I've just wheeled my parrot around. Really unfit. But we are down in, not decided who's having which swim, but we've got a quarry swim and the social swim, or the plateau swim, whichever one it is, one of the doubles. We've seen a couple of fish show, and it's down this end, so we're relatively happy. We've got leaders and stuff to tie up first, so we'll sort that out in a minute. But yeah, just going to get the rod set up, leaders tied and everything, and then probably flip for who has first choice. Might have seen a few more then, so yeah, I'll keep you posted. Right guys, so I'm all sorted in the swim. I've went in the quarry. Ben is in, I don't know whether it's called the plateau, or I think it's the plateau. Not one, but the next down. There's basically 2 swims further on down to my right. I say further on down, it's a stone's throw away, but they're called, like, I think double and plateau, or social and plateau. Anyway, he's in one of them. Where we've seen a couple of fish earlier on today, one behind an island in front of him and one in between the 2 islands in front of him. So it's a good sign. I've not seen anything in front of me yet, but I'm a bit further down to the left in the deeper water, so I'm hoping later on in the day and through the night is probably when I'm going to get my best chance. But yeah, so we are at Furzebray. We're on Willow. We've basically got the syndicate, Winter Syndicate, which gives us Cops and Willow from the 10th of November, which is today, till March sometime, I think. It is now 4 o'clock, so it's going to be getting dark soon. It's been manic, so I haven't been able to keep you updated, but tomorrow we're going to go through all the tactics that we're both using, because we're both using different tactics. Our spots, go through our rigs, our bait, and just everything really. And yeah, like I say, the sun's starting to go down. I'm confident. I'm on some good spots. I've got a reedy margin down to my left. I'm fishing just in what feels like a little gully, in between two lots of gravel. I've got like a little silt channel that I've got one rod on, and I've got a lovely little test product that I'm fishing over the top, and then I've got an open water area which is in deeper water, down kind of what would be the dam end I guess you'd call it, and I've got 2 rods out there, kind of rod length and a half apart, and I've just scattered a load of 14mm allergies around them, a couple of pop-ups, and yeah, I'm going back to the old school at the moment until something tells me to not. At the minute it's still relatively mild for November, although it's going down to 4 or 5 degrees over this weekend. They're still active because this afternoon we've seen a couple show, so there's every chance. There's quite a few on now. I mean, it's not a massive lake, and there's me, Ben, a guy called Luke, another geezer. So that's 4 on, and to be fair, that's it. Not fully stitched, but that's it. That's it. Busy, because I think there's only another 2 swims. So, and there's people coming down later on, so I'm hoping they'll drop onto Cops. So it could go either way. It could go well and that it push the fish about and we all get a chance at some point, or it could switch it off. One of them, but time will tell. Yeah, I'm confident. It's a lovely place. First time I've been here. Really nice. One good thing I will say about my spot, or I hope is a good thing, is the rush line, because I'm kind of in the corner type thing. The rush line is where the sun hits first thing in the morning. So that left rod that I've got up along that margin, not silly tight, because it's just too shallow, but I'm hoping the left rod has a good chance maybe in the morning once the sun comes out, and warms up that margin. But yeah, we're gonna have another cup of tea. Like I say, it's gonna be dark soon, so we're just gonna have a brew. I'm all sorted. Ben has still got to sort a few things out, so I think he's got one more rod to get out and piss about with his with his worms that they're covered in absolute shite. So he's got to sift through them to get some little wrigglers. But so he's going to sort all that, and then we're going to grab some food and probably have an early night. It's been quite tiring, to be honest, and we haven't even done anything. But yeah, we'll obviously, if anything materialises, I'll update you. But if not, we'll catch up in the morning, and then hopefully we've got a big fat carp in the sling. But if not, we'll go through the tactics and everything like that tomorrow. And yeah, fingers crossed we can get amongst them. There's some really nice carp in here, so, and hopefully we can see a few this evening, because it was really good seeing a couple in the afternoon. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest, but the evening time and definitely into the dark this time of the year, that's when they tend to show more. So I'm sure we'll hear some in the night, and hopefully we hear them in front of us. And it'd be nice to see a couple this evening and maybe in the morning as well. And it'd be nice for us all to have a fish or two. But you know, it is getting colder. We've had a lot of rainfall. Just getting the excuses in now. We've had a lot of rainfall, and that rain has been cold, coupled with a lot of cold winds, which is obviously going to just churn that water up and cool it down a lot quicker. So, you know, it might switch it off. It might not. It might not make a difference. I don't know whether anyone's fished it last week or anything. I know Tony netted it to just decrease the biomass. Got rid of a lot of rudd, which is really good, and a few smaller carp, which will obviously help the lake. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm confident. But then I always am confident, and sometimes that doesn't actually pay off. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But at least we are in quiet and idyllic sceneries. It's lovely, really nice. And yeah, so catch up with you later. Morning guys, it is just coming up to 8 o'clock. Quite night on the rod front really, for me and Ben. It's they were definitely active later on. We've seen and heard a few show, a few in front of him. I would say probably more in front of him. I've seen a couple, maybe heard a couple out in front of me, but this morning I haven't seen any friend in front of me, and there's been a few in front of him and in front of a swim opposite him. So the sun's just starting to come out now, so hopefully they start mooching about, and maybe get a a late morning bite or something. But yeah, it's a relatively quiet night, to be honest. I stayed up as late as I can, and for my age, staying up past 1 weren't too bad. But yeah, heard a few out there, but yeah, just not down for a feed. Don't think anything's been out at the moment. It was really overcast yesterday. It's going to be more of a kind of a sunny day, so hopefully with the warmth it'll get them mooching about, and maybe maybe we can nick a bite in the day or something. But yeah, gonna have some food now, gonna get some sausages and eggs on, and then in a little bit we'll go through all the tactics and everything that I'm using and that Ben's using. We're obviously using different tactics, and none of them have worked so far, but we're here for 48, so we've still got another day and a night, and however long we both want to hang around on Sunday. So yeah, fingers crossed the next time you see me will be with a full belly and a full net.
Well, that's the first fish of the winter campaign. White algae again. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, swear by 'em. Just fishing tight to an island. Hopefully a bigger one turns up soon.
Right guys, for me still nothing to report. We are 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, so we got here at about 11:30, 11:45 yesterday. There's been plenty of fish moving about today. Not many in front of me, maybe a couple. And to be fair, not long ago seen one out in front of me, so that's looking positive. There has been a couple of fish out now. One of the guys opposite and to the right of Ben has caught one, basically fishing to the same area as what Ben is, and Ben moved a rod late morning to an island where he's seen a fish show, and basically he's had one. Lovely little scaly one, probably upper double, but a lovely fish and a great way to start the campaign for him. I'm not going to go into the tactics that he used because I'll let him explain that, but it didn't take long after he moved the rod, so you know, again shallow water, so I've got 2 in shallow water and 1's out in kind of the deeper area. I flicked a single up the margin, but yeah, as far as I know, only 2 fish have been out, both from the islands, and I haven't got access to an island. But you know, they were caught within half an hour of each other, so I'm hoping that maybe there's a little bit of a window right now, and there's a chance for me to have one. And yeah, you know, still fairly confident they are active, but kind of this time of the year it can be a bit. Can be one of them really, you know, it's not got cold enough yet for the natural food to deplete, and for the carp to kind of, you know, have to switch onto our bait if they want to eat anything. So it is that kind of that time where they're still trying to harvest some of the last of the naturals really before that cold snap kind of kills most of them off. And yeah, it can just be tricky times. So fair play to Ben, he's nicked one. And yeah, a guy over the way had a small one as well. So yeah, it's looking good. We've seen a few fish show today. So yeah, fingers crossed. They were definitely active last night as well. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the session pans out. But yeah, I'm going to catch up with Ben in a minute. I'm going to have a cup of tea and maybe some lunch, and then we're going to just run through the rigs that we've been using and the different tactics that we've been using. And yeah, kind of, and then go from there. Fingers crossed by the time, not in not too long, hopefully I've got one, please. I'll be praying to the carp gods and all that crap, no doubt. I'm going to fish 2 over towards the rushes tonight, I think, and leave 1 out in the open zone, just so that in the morning I haven't got to move one. But yeah, fingers crossed, you know, I can get on the scoreboard as well, and that would be a perfect situation. You know, we said if we could both nick 1 the first session, that'd be like ideal, and that would be perfect. So, you know, if that could happen, that'd be great. If not, he's caught one, which is great, so at least one of us has. But yeah, just hope to see a few more fish show out in front of me, because there has been a lot of action in between the 2 islands. They seem to be just tracking in between the 2 islands, more over that side, so not exactly Ben's side, but yeah, it was the same yesterday when we got here. We seen 2 that side, so yeah, it just seems like they are There is some along the rush line, don't get me wrong, but it does seem like there's more around the islands at the moment, but anything can change, so fingers crossed. Right. You sweet?
Yeah, I'm sweet.
Let me just get a bit of elevation for the nation. There we go. Blow people's log holes off.
So, Paul.
Oh yes, Benjamin.
Winter campaign. We've come down together.
Mhm.
I've had one. So why are you blanking? What's the
If I'm honest, I just think it's one of them. I think, not obviously giving it the big one or whatever, but I do think there's definitely been fish around me, and I feel like I've got the rods in position now, in the best positions to try and get one. I've got them in slightly shallower areas. I did put 2 in the deeper water, didn't I? Expecting something, in the night time, which might happen tonight still. I've still got one over there, but I do feel like more fish have just been, it seems like they're just tracking around these islands, don't they? And over that far margin.
Yeah.
Been a lot of fish over that margin that neither of us can get anywhere near, really.
Yeah.
It's more over them 2 swims over there, isn't it? But
yeah, there's been some tight to the reeds.
yeah, I had a few in front of me down to the reeds. In fact, today I've had at least 2 or 3 down near where I've had rods now. So I'm a lot more confident now. It's just a shame I can't really stay all day tomorrow. But then again, we didn't have rods in the shallows early this morning, did we?
No.
So it might well have happened earlier had we done that, but
Might be a different day tomorrow because it's raining as well. So
yeah,
clear
that's what I
today,
mean.
So like the sun, shallows seem to sort of be the one really for at the moment.
I know. Yeah, well, fingers crossed I can nick one. If not, I'm just Mr. Blanket Blank, aren't I?
So
I'm just Gilly.
Obviously, you're using your go-to rigs. Oh no, you're not. You're not using your go-to.
No, I've changed it up.
So you've changed it up. You're with a little bit experimental, I'm guessing. You've got your sort of hinges that you tend to use early spring normally. Your stiff hinges, and you're fishing them at various lengths, really. Is that sort of something you're more experimental, or is it something you just...
Yeah, well, I wanted to, because I thought a lot of people were going to just be using, because I know a lot of people use baiting poles here, stuff like that, I know probably not everyone's doing it, but I just felt like maybe the majority is using this time of the year, like what kind of your approach was going to be originally, like, little bits, maggots, bits of crumb, little bits like that, just little parcels of bait.
Yeah, tighter.
So I thought I'll go completely opposite, and I'll go back to like hinges, a catapult, and just boilies basically, and that's what I've done. Now, obviously, it's not worked for me at the moment, but it turns out that actually what you caught your fish on was that similar tactic, basically just some scattering of boilies, basically.
Yeah.
So obviously, when it gets later on in the year, and it gets really cold, then I'll probably switch it up, unless we can keep the bait going in and just keep them moving. Obviously there's that cut-off point where they will just shut up no matter what you do, like if you get a freeze, like it freezes over, or in the depths of winter. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going until they don't seem as active, or you stop catching, innit? And then you go on to little parcels until you find them, little bags of maggot and crumb or something, I guess.
And if it doesn't happen over like the next couple of sessions, like switch earlier than sort of planned? Or
Yeah, potentially. I mean, at the moment, I still feel they're definitely active, aren't they?
Yeah.
And as long as you're seeing them show and they're active, and the odd fish is getting caught, I've seen no reason to not do it, because I'm only using little ones, like little 14s. Little 14 allergies, and I've got another little test product actually. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that or whether the camera will zoom in, but not sure when these are going to come out, but I'll get some 14s as well so you can see the different sizes. Oh, I'm dropping them. You see them?
Yeah.
So you've got like the little tiny dumbbells, and there's your 14 mils. So you're probably talking 10 by 12 or something like that. Maybe a 12 by 14. But yeah, smaller than a 14. But yeah, so I'm just scattering a few whole 14s, and then a few of these dumbbells as well. Just something a bit different, innit? And then some hinges. They haven't worked yet, but.
And the coloured baits, the preferences with your sort of hook baits?
All bright. I'll always go with a white. At the minute I've got a white. The thing is, it like colours preferences, usually it'd be a white, pink and a yellow, but there's certain attractors in certain baits that I like to use. So like I like acids in the winter, so like our test product like Monster Crab, which is obviously Monster Crab flavours built up by a few different acids. So I've got one of them out, which is white as well. The other one is pineapple and butyric, so yellow. Again, another acid, which is obviously just active in the water and a good attractor. And then I've got Tutti Frutti, which has got some amino, essential oil in, and ester blends, so they're attractive as well in the winter. Tutti Frutti's always been a good one in the winter. It's good all year round, but it's always done well in the winter for me. Done well last winter, so just carried on. And I want a bright one that's just in their face, so that if they're not massively having it, they see it, hopefully they just nab it. But
I think sort of bringing the classics back, like the Tutti Fruttis, not a lot of anglers nowadays are using them.
Nah,
you had quite
don't see them a lot.
Last year, didn't you? Quite good success on
Yeah.
So
yeah, Toots and the Squid and Octopus.
Yeah, so the
Another old school classic, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Squid and Octopus has got a lot of acids in there, in the compound of the flavour, which is going to be attractive. So, yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, well, hopefully when we report back, you know,
fingers crossed, yeah.
You'll have one. And,
yeah.
And
hopefully.
we'll see
Well, they were active last night, weren't they? And if they're active again tonight, I don't see any reason why we can't get a bite, why we can't nick one in the night.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what it's like the first night, like when at the social at Hatch, dead the first night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just literally no one had a bite. Second night, everyone had a bite.
Yeah.
And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 anglers, something like that, 8 or 9 anglers, and everyone had a bite the second night. So sometimes first night syndrome, everyone leading about and all that, it can switch it off, can't it? So we've definitely seen more, which would probably tell the story, because what time did we get here yesterday? 12:45ish, something like that, and it's now what, you probably 3:45 at 3 o'clock. We've seen more today between 11:45 to now than we did yesterday, haven't we?
And the conditions are a lot different. Yesterday it was raining, cold wind, the rain felt very cold, so you know it's going to bring the water temperature down. And ultimately, we've had it's not been glaring, the sunshine. It's not been really bright, but it's been bright enough. And it's been
bright first
enough.
thing, wasn't it? But then it kind of just went behind the clouds a bit, but still warmish.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens, and hopefully we've got something to report.
Yeah, we'll show some rigs in a bit, and when we rechuck, because I think you're going to do similar to me, and you just wait until kind of last knockings before dart, and then just reflick them. Or you've redone 2, haven't you? So you're probably only redoing 1, but we'll show you the rigs. But ideally, before then, we'll have a juicy carp on the bank.
I'm quite confident we can make it happen before it gets dark, but you know, it's carp fishing, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Okay.
We're rolling. Ooh. Right, come on, you belter. Not supposed to have all this energy. Come on. Right, we've got one, guys. Not as big as Ben's, but to be fair, I'm just glad to get underway. It was that one that I recast earlier. Tutti Frutti pop-up, really long boom, stiff hinge. We've been mad this afternoon, so we'll show you the rigs tomorrow. But I put it out as a single earlier because I've seen some fish showing over near Far Margin, and yeah, didn't put any bait out, which in hindsight was the wrong move. But probably a couple of hours before dark, I put a few handfuls of the little dumbbells and 40mm allergy, and yeah, this one rattled away. Fought like a beast, like for its size. It's probably what, low to mid double, but I've never been so happy to catch a small carp because he's great looking, and it's the first one from the Winter Syndicate. But yeah, I'm made up. Well happy. So yeah, 1-1. And that's what we wanted at the start. If we said at the start, I'll show you the other side quickly. We said at the start, didn't we, if we could both just nick one, you know, first session at a lake, we'd be well happy. This side very similar to the other side. Come on.
Slightly too tame.
Is he? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, at the start we'd have took it like one each for sure. So, so to get a couple of nice ones, it's a really good start, and showing that, you know, the tactics we're using, which is very similar to be fair, apart from the rigs, is going to work. And they're obviously liking the allergy. To be fair, they do everywhere. But yeah, perfect. So first thing, with Ben's video where he's sipping his tea like a donkey, that video got cut and I lost the rest of it. I don't know why, but basically Ben went into talking about his tactics and the bait he used and the hook baits, etc. He went into a bit more depth like I did, but unfortunately we lost the footage. So I'll quickly run through what he was doing. I made a few jokes. So he went down the natural route. So we went down our pellet route. I think there was a bit of crumb in there, some maggots, some worms. And for the first night and day, he went very much little bags, hardly any bait. I think he might have put some just boilies on one rod, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, he went down the one bite tactic, more of a natural route. Little pop-ups, little wafters with maggots on and worms and what have you. Obviously, I explained mine. Mine's completely different and opposite, almost. And then he changed on the second day because he moved a rod. I think just for ease, he put a pop-up out like he usually would, his white allergy pop-up, which he favours, and then he just flicked some freebies around it. I just think it was for ease. He didn't want to go crashing a spom. A fish had just showed there, so, and that's what he caught on. I think he kept naturals on one more rod, but the other rod went on to boilies as well. So yeah, his fish was mega. I was happy with my fish. Didn't get the greatest of footage because the camera was playing up, but we both caught on the first session, so it was good. Looking forward to getting back down there. It might not be for a while now. Got one thing or another going on at the minute, so it might be the new year now. We're talking November, so but we'll see. We'll get back out before March definitely, and hopefully can nick a couple. But yeah, it was a good session, great venue. The lads seemed sound enough as well. I think in the end, as far as I'm aware, out of Willow, including mine and Ben's fish, I think 5 was out in total. So yeah, not too bad. We had almost half the amount of bites, so I'm happy. I think everyone caught. Maybe one person didn't catch, but yeah, really happy with the first session. Had a bit of a social because me and Ben don't get to see each other as much. So yeah, it was nice to have a catch up, eat some good grub, and have a couple of drinks, and yeah, just taking the scenery. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz, and pay attention to the end of these videos, because moving forward we might start bringing in some prizes for new subscribers, and give prize giveaways for all subscribers, or discounts and stuff like that. So, you know, always watch till the end, and I will give you all the information at the end, and hopefully you get lucky and get some of our amazing products. But until then, take care. I'll see you soon. Laters.